Yeah. Coke fed, press some head, let's get in the car, I said. She grabbed my hand, girls rescue, met the bar, witness said. Tears fled the head, I'm weak, not dead, she tweet, I guess she confessed. She thinking less, not drinking less, bathroom says, best it gets, spontaneous, our stereotype. Put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as a rise like fireworks. Smell through the bag, don't touch my perk.
Yo, hey everybody, and welcome to After the Storm, your Oklahoma City Thunder post-game show. Game one, I don't really even, do I even consider this a game? I really don't consider it a game. We beat them down, and a lot of it had to do with the fact that they had just played. We have not played, and I think we were just chomping at the bit. And, you know, SGA taking, how many days off did he take? He hadn't played in 12 days. And he looked rusty. You could just kind of tell that he looked rusty in his performance today. But that being said, I hate games like this because, you know, there's nothing to really talk about because, I mean, we just beat the brakes off of them. And there's, sorry, I'm trying to get all my people in. There's nothing to really talk about as far as beatdowns like this, and I absolutely hate doing games like this because, I mean, we just absolutely just throttled them. There was not a lot for them to, there were no answers they really had for us, and then once we got going, we got on those runs and it was over with. Hey Burgess, afternoon to you. How you doing? Happy about today's game, or was it just a 151-80 largest defeat in the game one? 51 points. Like I said, what's good? We still need to clean shit up. I agree, Guzman. I just believe that my thing is this. It's just one game. It doesn't matter if you get beat by 1, you get beat by 50, you get beat by 25. It's only one game. And you can't get too high and too low. Like someone said to me, we were chit-chatting earlier, I think it was John Warren, said, you know, we did the same thing to the Pelicans last year. So I don't know. Guzman says, got you a good birthday game. Yes, you did. Happy birthday to you, by the way. So it's just one game. It doesn't really mean a whole lot. I just wish that our starters could have played more and give them more of a rhythm because I can promise you Tuesday, you know, it's going to be a little different. I saw a deal where they were talking about how you're going to go back and watch this film. No, you're not. There's not one single thing you can show your players that's going to benefit them. Oh, look at you didn't hustle. Oh, look at you didn't get over there. Oh, look at you didn't do that. Oh, look, I mean, you got beat by 50. And when you get beat by 50, it's the players and the coaches, it's everybody. There's no one person. It's lineups. It's what you did. It's what you did do. It's everybody. Now, of course, the coaches will go back and look at it because they really need to and see where the breakdowns were to kind of help themselves 100%. But other than that, there's really not a lot to look at. So let's just break it down. Okay, we started with the two bigs today, Ihart and Chet. And I just loved the way we started. SGA kind of started out aggressive from the very beginning, which I liked that. And then he got into his passive mode. Then he started missing shots. And a lot of that has to do with rust. I mean, he hasn't played since the Lakers game Tuesday, what was that, you know, almost 2 weeks ago. So he is definitely going to be a little rusty. And that's, let me see. Never mind about the mic. I don't know what you meant. I don't know what that meant. Anyway, oh, no mic. Okay, I was like, what are you talking about? I can see myself right here. I've got plenty of volume. But it just today, it was our defense. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna give you the pluses of what I take away from this game. Number one, we were chomping at the bit, ready to play somebody hadn't played in that long. Number one. Number two, they had just played Tuesday and Friday. 3, we just punched them in the mouth, and they just didn't have any answers. I mean, defensively, we do what we do defensively. We're physical, and like I said, the playoffs is about physical basketball. We are a very physical defensive team. Coaches gripe about it all the time, all year long. Well, you ain't no griping. It's that time of year now. Let's go. Next, I liked how, and I've said this before, if Isaiah Joe's knocking down threes, if Dort's knocking down threes, you're not going to beat us. I don't care if it's the Celtics. I don't care if it's the Cavaliers. I don't care if it's Denver. I don't care if it's the Timberwolves. I don't care if it's the Lakers. I don't care who it is. When Dort and Isaiah Joe, those are the two principal guys that we need to knock down threes because they take a lot of them. They get the most open looks. And if they're knocking them down, you can just see the energy bounce on our team. After that, I look at the fact that, once again, he's playing J-Dub more minutes than SGA. Well, SGA was struggling, J-Dub was playing. And once again, it's Daigneault. That's Daigneault's guy. And that's what he does. And, whatever. And it's just like, how do you play somebody more minutes than the possible MVP of the league? It's just beyond me. But here's the issue, though. If he makes All-NBA, you got to pay him Supermax. So that gives you two guys you got to pay Supermax. What you going to do then? Okay? What you going to do then? We start the second quarter, the score is 32-20. J-Dub, Kaysen, Caruso, Wiggins, and Ihart. Now, you can get away with that lineup simply because of the ability to the Grizzlies don't have defenders. So you can get away with doing that, okay? But I will say this. A 23-2 run, 20-0 run in between that. That's defense. That's 15-0 fast break points. We were 15-0 at that point in fast break buckets. They're one of the best teams, in fact, in fast break points. There was nothing. We shut all that down. Why? Because, once again, as we said many times, we're number one in transition defense, which means we don't give up transition baskets when we shoot long threes, or whether we are turning the ball over. It doesn't matter. You don't get transitional threes on us because our defense is so good at getting back. And then on top of that, when you look at the way we are in the perimeter defense, remember, we're number one in perimeter defense. We're number one in inside defense. We're number one in deflections. We're number one in not giving up transitional baskets. I mean, that's a strong thing, which is why we set the record for the biggest point differential in history. Okay? And remember, we had 15, what was it? Oh, God, I threw away my notes. But anyway, it's something crazy that we have a 15. What is it? 15. I know SGA hasn't played in 15 fourth quarter games. 15 times. He hadn't played in fourth quarters. To me, that's such a damning stat when you look at that. I mean, 15 fourth quarter points that he hasn't played. That is just crazy. I'm trying to find that one stat chart that I had. Let me see. 51 wins by 10 plus points. 51 wins by 10 plus points, by double-digit wins. Most in history. So what we're used to doing is what? We're used to playing good defense. We're used to holding you to bad shots. We're used to getting out in transitional baskets. That's what we're used to doing, and that's what happened today. So I just think it would be hard to do anything. Let me see. Burgess says, it'll be a huge plus if we can get that 7th pick in the draft to go along with the 15th pick. Yes, 17th, 15th pick would be crazy. I mean, we're getting so lucky, and even lucky, what if we get Cooper Flag? What if you get Cooper Flag? Then what? Now, the odds of us getting a first overall pick are crazy because it would have to be insane, and I don't think that can. I don't think that can happen because they're protected. But what if you give up enough players and 2 first-round picks and 3 whatever to give that team Cooper Flag? Because Cooper Flag is not going to help one team. He's not going to help the Charlotte Hornets. He's not going to help any of those. He's going to help them. Now, he'd help the Rockets. He would help. Let me see who else is. Oh, no, he would help Atlanta. He would help. The Nets are done. But there's certain teams that he helped, and I have to go back and I have to look at the draft order, and we'll get into that later. So there's opportunities for them to do that. But the Thunder is sitting here nice. We're sitting here nice. I hate games like this because there's just not a lot for me to talk about. I mean, when you beat a team's ass the way we beat them, up and down, sideways, there's just not a lot to talk about. It's really not. So let's just go. Let's just go over the end of the game. Grizzlies 6 for 34 from the field, from three. We were 17-48 from three. We shot 50%. They shot 34. We had 54 rebounds to their 43. 60 pips points in the paint to their 48. 24 turnovers, and we had 16. Yeah, there are some good players on the wing coming out. No, 100%. Bench scoring, we outscored their bench 51-44. And box scoring, it's, let me pull this down a little bit so we can kind of get the whole feel. Since we played, what did we play? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 players. And by the way, it was good seeing A.J. Mitchell out there. It was good seeing A.J. Mitchell. I did like to see that. But look at this. Chet, 19 and 10, double-double. Ihart, 14 and 8. J-Dub, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals. Played really, really good. 0 for 4 from 3, but 10 for 16 from the field. SGA, terrible game. 20 minutes, 4 for 13, 1 for 7, 6 for 7 from the free throw line, 15 points. And once again, like I said, J-Dub plays 6 more minutes than SGA. Or 3 more minutes. It's just, Dagnall is just, the Thunder, I'm going to tell you this right now. They're going to make the same mistake they made with Westbrook and KD. You get transitional guys or transcendent guys. You had KD, you pick Russell. Now you have SGA and you're picking J-Dub. It's unbelievable. What's up, Alex R? How you doing? Memphis got curb stomped. Yes, they did. Lou Dort, 12 points. I thought, like I said, Lou Dort. You look at his 3. We're going to talk about the 2 guys I'm talking about. Lou Dort, 4 for 8. Isaiah Joe, what was Isaiah Joe? 2 for 5. So those 2 guys alone were 6 for 13. I'm telling you right now, you're not going to beat us if those guys are shooting like that. Because of the simple fact there's nothing you can do with us once those 2 are knocking down threes. And then when you look at Chet, 3 for 4 from 3, which he has to, especially when he plays with Ihart, we have to have him knock down threes. And then when you look at how many times you're going to see this stat right here. SGA and J-Dub were 1 for 11 from 3. How often are you going to see that? 1 for 11 for 3. And then someone was telling me that SGA, 15 points, he stopped his streak. No, that's only the second time this whole season he has not had 20. He had 18, and he's had 15. But he still has a 72 consecutive game streak going. Jay Will, I thought, came in and knocked down shots, played really well. I liked him playing. I have 0 complaints with that. They asked Mark about SGA. He made a comment about the team again. I will see if I can find that clip while you're live. Yeah, he's commenting about the team. That's Dagnall. But it's like the SGA is not his guy. It's not his guy. J-Dub is his guy. It is what it is. You're not going to – Dagnall is not – he doesn't – he's a guy who came from nothing, from the film room, who worked his way up under Billy Donovan in Florida. Then Sam Presti, of course, brought him up, put him in the G League. He did really, really well. That's what he's done. Okay, that's what he done, and there's nothing wrong with that. But he's not a guy who can coach a superstar. It's just not. He doesn't know how. He's a developer of talent. He's a out-of-bounds signal caller. But he's a minutes manager. He's a nerd. He's a minutes manager guy. It's who he is. And when got brought up to be the coach, no one was expecting us to do what we did as coach. Now, what are you going to do with him? He was runner-up to Coach of the Year a couple of years ago when we won 40 games. We were supposed to win 23. We're plus 17. So we went plus 17, plus 11, plus 11. So what are you going to do with the guy? He is really good at what he does, but he's bad at he doesn't understand superstars. And that's going to cost us when it counts. That's going to cost us when it counts. Like I said, okay, back to the K. Rich did not get a lot of minutes when it counted, which he shouldn't. Caruso once again. I thought he played really, really good, even though he didn't get any shots up. I thought his defense and what he did is just being pesky. He's just phenomenal. He is just phenomenal. Isaiah Joe, 6 points in 20 minutes. I thought he played really good too, defensively especially. And then knocking down threes. And Aaron Wiggins, it's really hard for me to judge what he did because he did make a run right there when we made our run in the second quarter. He was fantastic doing back-to-back threes, and he was the integral part of that. But, once again, games on the line and we're playing against good people. What is he doing? Cason Wallace, that dunk that he had got the crowd rolling, got everybody involved, and I love me Cason Wallace. I love Cason Wallace. And once again, AJ Mitchell, 14 minutes. I thought it was good, just good seeing him getting in there some minutes. He really needs to play, but once again, he needs to play more with that group, that second group, which is J-Dub, Caruso, Wiggins, Ihart, or Chet, whomever he sticks in there with that group. That's where he really, really needs to be. So it'd be J-Dub, AJ, J-Dub, Caruso, Wiggins, and Ihart, or Chet, whomever you're gonna put in there. But I think Ihart and Chet Ihart and J-Dub play better together. Like I think Chet and SGA play together. Guzman says Wallace was good. He needs more minutes over Wiggins and Joe. Yes, he does. But once again, this game, it was hard because of the simple fact we just beat him. We beat the brakes off of him. There's really not. Tuesday's going to be a different matter. It really is. So it's just hard for me to even. There's nothing to really talk about. We just beat them up right from the beginning, and they gave up. They were done in the second quarter. They were done. They knew they're not coming back from 30 against us. They knew that. They're not coming back from 30. They knew that. And to them, it's like, okay, look, it's only one game, which is all it really is. I mean, we can get excited all you want to. It's just one game. It doesn't mean a whole lot. People forget that when the Lakers got beat by the Celtics in the finals in, 85-ish or 86, whatever year that was, and the Lakers came back and went, boom, bust them in the mouth. After getting beat 25 or 30, they're done, they're this, they're that. Lakers came out and beat them 4 out of the next 5. So, you can't really judge. It's just one game in the playoffs. That's all it is. And you can see they just threw in the towel and said, screw it, we'll see y'all Tuesday. That's basically what they did. So it's kind of hard for me to really come through and go, okay, well, there's, our defense was good. Our perimeter defense was fantastic. Inside presence was good. We shot the ball good. SGA did not play well. J-Dub played good. Chet played good. Chet played outstanding. What is it to talk about? Not a lot. Take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, SRB. If you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit our guys up. They'd love to take care of you over there. If you have a water treatment plant in your city or county, those guys would be more than happy to make sure that you have clean drinking water. Or Grow Trucking, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit those guys up. They'll take care of you, I promise you. They'll get you back over there. And then, of course, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you go into one of their 5 locations, the main bank at 401 Elm, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YNB East was off the Parkway and 66 or 39th Expressway. YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40. Right there in front of the hospital. Can't miss it. And then YNB People's located in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. And then, of course, the House of Creed, handcrafted since 1760. Boy, some good smelling stuff. And we will be there Thursday to do the show live from Dillard's. So come on and check it out. And like they always tell me, Matt, remember, pick the best for your best. So if you have a significant other that is a female, hey, dude, go in there and buy yourself some stuff. See my girl Beth over at the Penn Square Mall dealer's location, and then she'll send you over to the perfume department to get you some perfume over there to take care of you. So do that, okay? And then, like I said, if you're a woman, you have a guy, hey, go in and see my girl Beth. She will take care of you and make sure you get the best stuff available. Now, Yesterday, okay, in the NBA, when you look at the games yesterday, we talk about the Pacers beat the Bucks, and we said I think we all agreed when we talked about that on the Unpopular Hour that what is that game really going to do? The Pacers, I mean, what are they really going to do? They're going to beat up on the Bucks because there's no Dame. Now, I did like the fact that Halliburton and Dame went at it a little bit. I do like that when Dame was on the bench because remember Halliburton when they beat them last year, he pointed Dame time to his wrist like he was Dame time, talking about Halliburton time. Dame hadn't forgot that, and as we can remember, and Halliburton warning, go ask Westbrook what it's like to piss Dame Lillard off because the Thunder is still paying, or Russell is still paying whatever team he plays for. Every time he sees them, he just kills them. Then you look at the Nuggets and the Clippers. The Clippers let that game get away because they are what? They're the Clippers. They're the Mets, Jets, Clippers. That's just who they are. They let that game get away. They should have beaten the Nuggets. The Nuggets played subparly and still won the game. Okay, still won the game, but it's the Clippers. It's what they do. It's just what they do. It's the Clippers. Then you've got the Pistons and the Knicks. The Pistons. You got a lead, and then you let them go on a 19-0 run on you in the fourth quarter. But what are the Pistons? Young. What are the Pistons? Inexperienced. What are the Pistons? They don't know how good they really can be yet. And the Knicks put it on them with their experience. That's what happened in that game yesterday. And then, of course, the big game last night, the Timberwolves came out, punched the Lakers in the mouth, and kept going. Luka was doing his thing. LeBron was nowhere to be found. AR-15 was nowhere to be found. So, but once again, it's only one game, guys. That's all. It's just one game. And that's why I'm not going to go crazy all over the Thunder and, we this. It's one game, bro. It's one game. That's all it is. It's really nothing. It's really, really nothing. It's just one game. It really is. And so there's not a lot for us to really look at and go, oh man, this is it's one game. Really, that's all it is. It's one game. So when I look at this and I see what the playoff bracket looks like, here's the playoff bracket. Okay? This is the playoff bracket. The Thunder and what's going on. Okay? The Thunder over the Grizzlies 1-0, which I don't think anybody thought that was going to be anything different. So now some announcers said they're going to watch the film Memphis. Others said they're going to throw the film away. What do you think as a coach? I'm going to watch the film as a coach. But as a player, why would I need to watch that film? The last thing you need to do as a coach, all you can point at is what they did wrong. Hey, you didn't get over there. Hey, you did this. There's no benefit in that. And plus, like I said, Alex R., it's one game. Okay? It's one game. That's all it is. It's just one game. So what can you really get out of it? It's just one game. There's really not a lot to say about the game. Okay? There's not a lot to say. It's just one game. So there's not a lot to do with that. And that's kind of how I look at it. The coaches got to look at it to see where they can make mistakes, where they made mistakes, how they can make differences, but it's one game. You look at the Nuggets and the Clippers, to me, that's what the game is. That's the coaching challenge for both the players, and they will be intently like, this is where we lost the game right here, guys. What were you doing here? What were you doing there? Lakers and Timberwolves, same thing. Both teams can watch. I mean, the Lakers can watch that game. Where were you at? Why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? Because the game is closer. But when you get your ass beat by 50, there's absolutely zero that you can gain out of it. Zero. Okay, of course, the Cavaliers and Heat. Looking forward to seeing that game tonight. And then, of course, this afternoon game, which will be the Celtics and the Magic. They should be playing right now. I'll be looking at that game here in just a minute when we get off the show. And then, of course, like I said, the Pacers and the Bucks. That was nothing. Knicks, Pistons, nothing. So the games we want to see now is the Celtics and the Magic. And then, of course, the Rockets against the Warriors. And then the Cavaliers versus the Heat. And so that's kind of where we're at. But the Rockets and Warriors, I'm looking forward to seeing what the strategy is going to be, because to me, Steph Curry is going to have a hard time getting his shot off against the Rockets because they're so long and they're so physical. And then Şengün is going to do what Şengün does. But the question is, what about everybody else? And to me, if Jalen Green is rolling and Şengün is doing what Şengün does, the Rockets going to be hard for the Warriors to beat. But then Jimmy Butler's going to do what Jimmy Butler does. Steph Curry is going to have some trouble, I think, getting a shot out because they held him to, 3 points not too long ago. So that's going to be a good series. But other than that, I don't like. What is the score? Does anybody can tell me what the score is of the Celtics game right now? What they're doing? Because I can't. If I flip over here, it will mess up my stuff. So, but anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the night, seeing what the scores are today. Yesterday, the only game that really surprised me was the Lakers getting blown out the way they did. And I just think it was the physicality. I don't think the Lakers were ready for the physicality of the playoffs. I just don't. They will be the second game. I can promise you that. They'll be tomorrow for the second game. They'll be a much different team. But once again, Austin Reeves has to do what he's been doing all year, and that's the question. Can he do that against McDaniels and the guys who are 6'11", long arms? And can he get off the shots? Can he do the things he needs to do about that? Let me see. I would have Trae Young watch film on Scotty how to play defense. Trae don't play defense, bro. Scotty's undersized, but Trae don't play defense, dude. So Trae does what best he can do, but he's a typical your typical guy who can score a lot of points, who sets up the offense. They're one-dimensional. He plays a little bit of defense, but his job is to facilitate the offense and get the offense going. That's what he does, and he does it quite excellent, by the way. So, but that's not his job. He doesn't really play defense. Steph Curry don't play defense. I can go down the list of guys who don't play defense. So that's kind of how that's transpired compared to our team. Everybody on our team plays defense, starting from the MVP all the way down. That is our culture. That's our mindset. It's kind of like when KD went to the Warriors. We were talking about that. We didn't know KD could play defense until he went to the Warriors. We're like, oh, now you can play defense? The hell is that about? When did you start playing defense? But when he got with the Warriors, that was their culture, and he jumped in and adapted right to it. Oh, my God. Is that Nathan Taylor of YMB? What's up, man? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good, man. What's going on?
Not a lot. Just trying to BS time away because we beat the brakes off of them, and there's.
Dude, yeah. I saw that. I'll be honest with you, I didn't because we were in church eating and all that stuff.
Yeah. Happy Easter, by the way. Happy Easter, everybody. Happy Easter, by the way.
You as well, sir. And I saw the first score. I saw they were up by 46. And I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
But here's what I will say to every Thunder fan out there: don't get too excited.
Right. That's what I said. This is game one, bro.
Yeah, game one of Western Conference Finals 2012. Remember that?
Yeah.
We lost by 40-something points to the Spurs the first game, and then we came back and won in 6.
Yep.
I'm not saying the Grizzlies have the athletes to do that, but don't get too confident.
Well, that was James Harden, too. I was saying that was the James Harden series when I've been talking about this all the time.
Yes.
Alex R. says, what's up, Nate Dogg?
Yes.
Alex R. said, what's up, Nate Dogg?
Oh.
Yeah, we haven't. The reason why we're saying that we haven't heard from you in 2 weeks, so that's why everybody's happy to hear from you.
No, I know, dude. I know. So I've been having people after people tell me, title coming to Oklahoma State. I'm like, whoa, y'all just back up the truck. We're playing against the 8th seed, and it's the first game of 16 you have to win.
Yeah.
So don't get overconfident. Chill out a little bit. It's just
it's game one, yeah. It's one game, and we were talking about that.
Yeah.
Somebody
against the worst team in the conference in the playoffs, by the way.
Right. Who were, but everybody forgets they were number 2 until they changed coaches, and then when Wells went out, and then who else? They lost somebody else. Who's the other one that they lost?
Yeah, because Jalen Wells, man, let me tell you what, Jalen Wells can frustrate SGA.
Yeah. Yep. SGA had and this continues. He had 15 tonight. He does not play well against the Grizzlies. He struggles against the Grizzlies, and he struggles against the Houston Rockets.
Oh, gosh, yeah. I hope we don't have to play them.
But I'm just saying that's the two teams he struggles.
The Lakers yesterday, man. Holy
I was talking about that. They got hit in the mouth. The physicality they weren't ready for. They weren't ready for
it. Though, man. They always do.
Yeah, but once again, it's game one. It's one game.
It's game one.
It's game one. Now, game one only matters to the away team because the away team takes away home court. That's all it does.
Yep, absolutely.
That's all it does.
Absolutely.
I mean, and that's why games 3, 5 are the most important games in the series because games 3 and game 5s, that's when you switch locations. And if you're 2-0 at home, that give you a chance to do the stranglehold. And then game 5 is if a series is tied, it's the deciding factor in who's probably going to win one out of the next 2 games. So that's what it does. That's what it does. But yeah, you know, because Ant-Man didn't play overly fantastic. I mean, they just,
No, he
you
didn't.
know, they're just long with McDaniel, who we gave away. Nathan, I was looking at the other day, all the guys we gave away, and the people who were playing out. I'm like, damn,
Oh, yeah.
damn.
Yeah, we could have had McDaniels. We traded him for Baisley, right?
Yep,
I think,
we
that
traded
was
him
a
for
good trade.
Baisley. And then we had, who else
That
did we
was a
give
good
away?
trade, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had, the other guy, Clark, Brandon Clark. That's the other guy that was hurt from
Brandon
Memphis.
Clark. Yeah,
had
that
him.
might have been the Baisley. That might have been the Baisley.
Was that the Baisley
trade.
one?
I think. Yeah, I think. Oh gosh, Jade McDaniels. I think we actually drafted and traded.
We
him.
drafted
I remember
him. We
who
traded.
though.
We drafted. I think we drafted and traded him because that's who Minnesota
Oh, and by
wanted.
the way, we drafted and traded Shane Goon too.
Yeah, Shingun. Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
wonderful.
yeah. But he
I
would
can
not.
go all the way back to Eric Bledsoe. Man.
But Nathan, we would not have been the team we are with Shingun.
No,
He's
I
where
agree
he's
with you.
where he
What did
needs
we
to
need
be.
at the time.
Yeah,
What
he's
did
where
we
he
need
needs to
at the
be.
time?
Yeah, you're talking about the Dallas
No,
guy.
we
You're talking
agreed,
about.
but what did we need at the time? I mean, we needed center at the time.
Yeah. Oh, by the
We
way,
drafted
no,
him, but,
Alex.
I mean,
Alex R was talking about. You're talking about Lively, Alex. We took J Dub because of Alex.
no, that was no. That was Case and Wallace.
Well, what about Lively? I thought it was Lively we traded to get.
We traded Lively for Case and Wallace.
Oh, is that what we did? Okay, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but that's fine.
I'm okay with that.
I'm happy with that trade.
Yeah, I'm not upset with that. I'm not upset with that. Also, it was
No, not
Kaysen.
at all.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
at all.
Alex, it was Lively for Kaysen. So I'm not.
Yeah, because
I'm good with that.
we had the 12th pick and we traded up to the 10th pick because we thought 11 was going to take Case.
Yeah,
I think it was
we
Jazz-
jumped ahead.
Jazz.
It was the Jazz,
Yeah.
and they wanted Kaysen because remember,
Aren't you glad we took?
because
Aren't you glad we took Kaysen instead of Taylor Hedrick?
yeah, because
We both
and we both were
loved
mad.
Taylor
Yeah, we both were upset about that. But
Uh-huh.
as it turned out, then they tried to give us Marketing and they wanted Kaysen, and Sam said no. And then this year
Hope
we could have got Cam Johnson, but they wanted Topic, and he said no.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, that was a great trade. Then yeah,
I'm not
Alex, we're
trading.
saying the whole thing is this.
5 guys, 6 guys on this roster. I'm not trading.
Yeah, well,
I'm not trading.
Go ahead.
I say I'm not trading SGA. I'm not trading Kaysen. I'm not trading Topic. I'm not trading Chet. I mean J-Dub.
And
probably,
Chet.
But I mean, if you could get a really
Listen,
good return for
the only
J-Dub,
way you'd ever trade J-Dub is if you have a different coach.
yes.
That's the
agreed.
only way
But
that's
if
not
you
going
could
to
get
happen.
Something really, really good for
They're,
him. Like
I'm
a
telling you
good player
right now,
and
they'll
like a
trade
draft pick.
SGA before they trade J-Dub.
No, I'm just telling you what I would do. I'm
Okay.
just telling you what I would do.
Yeah. J-Dub ain't going
We all
nowhere.
know what they would do.
The Thunder will trade.
we-
The
we
Thunder
can
will trade
retire.
SGA before they trade J-Dub. I can promise you.
Yes, absolutely agree, 100%.
Yep. That's the
Which
SGA
is
will be
absolutely
which is.
asinine,
But they did well. They let KD go for Westbrook. So
Well, that's because you think what do you do from your past? Don't you usually
you
learn
usually
from
learn your lesson. But I don't think they have, man.
Yeah,
Because once again, J-Dub
No.
played more minutes than
Well, and that's
SGA
the thing,
again tonight.
Again, I think I wouldn't be. I'm not too upset about tonight's minutes because of the blowout. But here's the thing: like Sam, we all love Sam, and I do. Sam is wonderful, and we were blessed to have him. But I would say this: sometimes I think he tries to get too smart, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he thinks it's like, oh, I'm the smartest guy in the room, which he most of the time is. I mean, let's be honest about it.
Yeah. 47 and doing what he's
When
doing.
Yes.
Okay.
It's when he tries to get too smart. Sometimes you just don't need to complicate things.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, Nathan Alex R says Jay Will might be more valuable than anything. He's a locker room guy. Okay, that's cool. Locker room don't get you W's, man. I like him. But I like him.
I like him, and I'm on board with that. But I mean, he's not untradeable.
Right. Alex R. So you're saying you would not trade Jay Will because he's a locker room guy? Yeah. No.
Nah, you could find all kinds of locker room guys. Which I think Jay Will is great, and for what we're paying him, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, if he starts demanding $20 million, no,
he's never going to do that. He's just happy to be where he's at, bro.
No.
And then Hotspot, of course,
he's happy
says
to be in the game, dude.
Hotspot says I knew AJ would play. He got in for a little bit.
See, that's the thing. I didn't even watch the game after they were up 46.
Yeah.
So
Well, he got a little bit of minutes with SGA. He did not play in the second quarter with that group, and we went on a 20-0 run, a 23-2 run with 20 straight points.
Did Phoenix? I'm sorry. Did Memphis just play that bad, or did we play that good?
It was the fact that they played Tuesday and then Friday, and General had to play us, and we hadn't played in 11 days,
a week,
or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that
was the defense really shut down?
But Nathan, I'm talking about as our starters, our main guys who hadn't played in 10 days.
Okay.
I'm talking about SGA hadn't played since Tuesday. So he hadn't played in almost 12 days. He hadn't played in 12 days.
Was it Memphis missing shots, or was it just our good defense?
Defense. We came out.
Hey, I'm happy about that.
Yeah, SGA, they got up to a 4-0 lead, and J-Dub missed the shot, somebody else missed the shot, and SGA just came down and said, screw this, and scored and got us on the board. And then once that happened, it was over with, basically. And he couldn't make a shot to save his life. But, defensively, we were just it was us.
How did Dort play? Did Dort
play good? Dort played good.
Good.
Yeah, everybody played good except SGA. Basically. I'm not kidding.
Honestly, I do. We talked about this. I think this team goes as Chet goes, right?
Chet played fantastic tonight. He played great.
Yeah,
he played great.
And see, you're going to expect SGA to play good every night. So if Chet plays well, I think the Thunder play well.
Right. No, like we're talking about AJ and Hotspot, I'm gonna say that the bench came in and dominated. Well, the bench, we were up 58 when the bench came in, and we only won by 51, and we could have broken the record. 58 is the most, 57 is the record. We could have broke that. It's most points ever beat, the worst playoff defeat, but we didn't do that. But I'm gonna say this, Nathan. Defensively, we just are who we are. Perimeter, inside, transition. Because I believe Memphis is either first or second, or I know they're top 3 or 4 in transitional baskets and fast break points. And they didn't have any, as far as I know, till the middle of the third quarter, till we subbed everybody out. I don't think they had one fast break point.
Man,
I don't think they had
crazy.
any, and that's crazy. But once again, we're number one. We're number one in inside presence. We're number one in a perimeter defense. We're number one when we turn the ball over, keeping people from scoring transitional points. We're number one in not giving up fast break points. I don't know what else to say.
Hey, when it mattered, how did the rotations look?
The rotations were okay. He took a J-Dub out. Let me see. First quarter, J-Dub came out.
How many guys did he play?
Well, hold on. Well, let me get this. It was 17-13, and J-Dub came out with almost 5 minutes to go, and you had SGA, Isaiah Joe, Chet, Kaysen, and Dort. And then
okay, I like that lineup.
And then he took Dort out and put in Caruso, and it was 16-13. And then he brought Jay Will in for Chet, and we ended up going up. We were up 9 at that point, 26-19 when Jay Will came in for Chet, and AJ Mitchell came in as well. And then we ended up being up 32-20. So we were up 32-20. So we were 17-13 when J-Dub went out, and we finished up 32-20 at the end of the first quarter. And then we went on we had 15-0 fast break points, and we went on a 23-2 run, which was a 20-0 run at one point where we scored 20 straight. Kind of what happened with the Knicks yesterday, how the Detroit Pistons just fell apart.
Yeah. Well, they just don't have any playoff experience.
None. And that showed. 20-0 run.
Yeah.
Just young.
That's crazy.
Just young. They're just young. They're good.
New York's got a good roster, though, man. They're a good team. They're not as tough as they need to be, I don't think.
Well, they will be. They're just young. Remember, Ivy's not even. They didn't play with Jaden Ivey. They're still.
No, I'm not talking about Detroit. I'm talking about New York.
Oh, the Knicks?
I'm talking about New York. They're a good team. They got a great roster, but I think they're a little soft.
Yeah. Well, and then, of course, Brunson did something to his ankle, limped off the court, went to the locker room, changed tennis shoes, came back out, and then went off. Okay. So I don't know if he was wearing the wrong shoes or whatever, but he changed shoes and then went off.
Outside of Josh Hart and OG on that team, I think the rest of the team is pretty soft.
Yeah.
Like Karl Anthony Towns, he's about as soft as they can.
He's soft. Cameron Payne did really good too. He knocked down some huge shots.
He's turned into a nice little role player, man.
Yeah, yes.
He's turned into a pretty nice little role player.
He didn't do anything for us, but once again, players come to Oklahoma City, develop, they go somewhere else and they play well. Even
dude, his rookie year, he couldn't stop a nosebleed.
No, he still can't guard nobody. But he can score. He can score.
He's a ball handler. Pretty good ball handler.
But I just, man, our team is just like, to me, I hate games like this. There's nothing for me to talk about. I can't get anything out of it. I mean, and what I tell people, it's one game.
I would rather, well, in Memphis, dude, I mean, they'd rather lose by 50 than they would by 2.
Yeah. Now, remember, we beat –
it's not a heartbreaker.
Right. And remember, we beat them 4 times by 75 points this year.
Hey, if you remember right, wasn't it Memphis that beat us by 71 4 years ago? Wasn't it them?
They beat us pretty
bad. Didn't they set the record for like 76-point loss or something? It
was something crazy. They beat the brakes off of us. Yes.
Yeah.
They beat the brakes off of us.
I think Sam Presti hadn't forgot that.
Well, he did forget it because he let them come back by putting in the other players. But of course, this is the playoffs.
He's not going to be tactful he's not going to be.
Well, what happened was
he's not that kind of guy.
We were up 50, 58, I think. Then, Wiggins is trying to take people off the dribble. Somebody else is trying to take people off the dribble. Everybody's trying to get their points in and, scrub time. And we made some crazy mistakes. And, Isaiah Joe throwing the ball away.
How many did Adam Flagler shoot?
Hold on.
Like 10?
I'll tell you. No, he didn't shoot that many.
1 for 7 or 1 for 8?
You're just so rude, man. You are really rude.
Dude, hold on. I was the only game, one of the 2 games I went to this year, right?
Flagler did not play.
And, oh, wow, okay. So do you remember that Cleveland game? We're up by like 40. And Flagler comes in the 4th quarter. Dude goes 0 for 9 in like 5 minutes.
And
I'm like, dude.
Yeah, that's him, though. Okay.
I know. It just drives me crazy because our percentage was like 60%. Ended up at like 38.
We played 13 guys.
Well, that's actually not that bad for a 50-point blowout.
Yeah, we played 13 guys. And it just,
Okay.
Alex Arce didn't suit up. Right?
We dressed 15?
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody dressed played. Because Jang, the only people didn't play were Jang and Topic.
Jang played. How do you feel about that, man? 50-point blowout and you don't play.
Well, I don't even think he was suited up.
Oh, my gosh. I think they've given up on that guy. Hopefully.
Let me see. Alex R says Carlson, Dukas, Flagler were there. Can't play two-way rules. Oh, okay, because two-way contracts they couldn't play. And that's Carlson.
Oh, that's right.
Dukas,
yeah, that's right.
Flagler.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, two-ways can't play in the playoffs. That's right. That's why if you remember the Dortch rookie year, that's why they converted him before the playoffs.
And we did that to AJ. We converted AJ too.
Yes.
And Dylan Jones. I think
Wiggins, I think. No, Dylan Jones is on a guaranteed contract. He's a first-round pick.
Yeah, so I know we converted. I think Mitchell was the only one we converted from two-way.
Yes. From this year, yes.
Yes, from this year, yeah.
But if you remember Isaiah Joe, Isaiah Joe.
No, we picked Isaiah Joe up from Philadelphia. We picked up Joe from the Sixers.
I think Wiggins started with a two-way, didn't he? Maybe.
No, he did.
No, they drafted Wiggins.
No, they drafted Wiggins.
They had a couple guys. No, I was thinking
Wiggins Wiggins played.
Non-guaranteed.
I think Wiggins played the whole time.
Yeah, I'm thinking non-guaranteed contracts. See, non-guaranteed contracts is what I'm thinking, and two ways and non-guaranteed are two different things. Because non-guaranteed contracts can still play in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's just a two-way. If you have a two-way deal, that's the difference. And Alex Argo's boy has those decisions paid off. Yes, they have. They paid off.
Dude, I'm telling you, this team, like I said, dude, Presti, this team is a genius combination, dude. I mean, this team has everything you need.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying we're going to win the title, but I'm just saying you have everything you need to win the title.
Yes, that's true. Now, that's like I said, this is the difference between the Thunder and the Celtics is really simple. What the Celtics did after they got beat by Miami, they added Porzingis, and they got lucky to get Drew Holiday.
They got real lucky.
They got lucky to get Drew Holiday, but they did acquire Drew, and then that was two decisions that they made, and then they upgraded the coaching staff, and then of course you can see them struggle this year because guess who left this year, and he's now
who did leave this year?
The coach. He's now with the Clippers.
You Van Gundy. Is it Van Gundy?
Jeff Van Gundy,
right? You've been saying that.
He left them,
yeah,
and then now he's with the Clippers, and the Clippers defense is what went through the roof.
Yeah, it's great.
And that's hurt Boston because.
Is it Stan or Jeff you're talking about?
Huh? Jeff.
Is it Stan or Jeff you're talking about?
Jeff Van Gundy.
Okay.
Because everybody forgets the Celtics last year had they averaged was 11.3 or 4, which was they didn't have, I think it was 11.3 or whatever point differential last year. They were the last team.
Really? Wow.
Yes, it was them. They were. Let me see. It was us at 12.9, the Lakers at. Let me see what it is. I know I don't have it. I have the wrong.
There's like 12.5, 12.4, 12.3. I mean, there's a bunch of 12s.
Yeah, but there's 11s in there too.
72 Lakers were 2. Is that right?
The 7 it was us. Then the 71. It was then the Milwaukee Bucks. The 71, 70. The 7. Lou Alcindor was there, and then Wilt was at L.A. with Lakers. He moved to Lakers. That's when I became a Laker fan. When he got there that first year and they won, they still hold the record for 33 straight wins, which is crazy. That's
no, they don't. No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. Nobody beat that record, bro.
Miami broke. Yeah, Miami did.
Miami who?
Miami broke that record. You talking about wins in a row?
Yes.
In the regular season, right?
Yeah, I don't think nobody broke that record. LeBron them didn't break that record.
Yes, they did. I promise you.
You need to look that up.
They did. The second year. Yeah,
you need to look that
36 in a row or 37 in a row. I will. I promise. But I remember that for because that was the second year they were there. First title he ever won. It was when they played us in the finals. Hold on just a second. I'll look it up though.
Okay, look that up because I'm like, man, I don't know about that. What do you know about Dave Bliss? Is he in charge of defense? Yes, I think he is. I mean, I like Bliss, but what I'm saying is the difference is what I was trying to say with the coaches, Alex, is what that coaching staff did, and I think what's his name, Sam Cassell is still there, but they had to beef up their defense, which they did, because when Ime left, that next year they really sucked. That's when they got beat by the Heat because their defense had went down. Then they bring in Van Gundy for defense. They bring in Sam Cassell to help him with decisions and go, okay, listen, this is what the run is coming. We need to change up. We need to do this. You had veteran coaches who've been through the thing and know what's happening. They can make decisions and put the right people with the right people. That's what they did. We did not do that. We just stayed with the same process, same coaches, everything the way we are. That's my issue. Because you upgraded with the inside by getting a Hartenstein, which we gave Dallas Gafford and we gave Lively. We gave that all up last year in order for Dallas to do what they P.J. Washington. We did all that, facilitated Dallas to be where they were. To get
I have to stand corrected. I apologize. You were right. I was wrong.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're 33. Yeah, I was thinking it was 36, but they had 28 that year.
Yeah, I was gonna say 30 because I know that the Bulls almost did it, and I think the Warriors came close too, but nobody's 33.
Yeah,
it's
the Warriors had 29.
It's just crazy, bro. That is just it's crazy. 33 wins in a row. It's crazy. But anyway, that team won that. Then the next team was the Bulls in 95-96. Then you had the Golden State Warriors.
Was that the Bulls 72-win season? Was that 95-96 or was that 97-98?
That was 95-96, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that team, that was Michael's first full year back, right?
No, his first full back was 90.
Well, he came back in late 95.
So it's 96, 90. Okay, 95. Season. Let me see, 94, 95. Let me see. Hold on. Where is it at? Let me see if I can find that.
Because Houston Rockets won both titles when he didn't play, and that was like 93, 94, 95, right?
Right.
Because he won 90.
He won
90, 91. No, it was 90,
he won
90, 91, 91, 92,
92, 93,
right?
set out 94, 93, 94, came back 94, 95, and then they won 95, 96. They won.
Yeah. And then
96, 97,
and
97, 98. Yeah, which still to this day,
yeah, that's right.
him breaking that team up, still to this, I still don't understand that.
Oh, dude, you talking about what's that guy's name? That idiot. Oh my gosh, the Bulls general manager. What's his name? He was a moron.
Yeah, but he just took control. He wanted Reinsdorf. No,
what was his? No.
Reinsdorf's the owner.
What was that idiot's name? It
Jerry
was
something.
Save the Last Dance.
Jerry.
Yeah.
Anyways, we ain't
did
talking.
you watch Save the Last Dance?
Yeah. Anyway, we ain't talking about guys that screw stuff up. We hopefully won't do that. Anyway, the Thunder 24-25 this year, 12.9.
Not Save the Last Dance. It was just The Last Dance.
It's The Last Dance. Save the Last Dance was a movie.
Yeah,
that was a movie.
Oh.
The 71-72 Lakers was 12.3. The 70-71 Bucks, which is crazy because the 70-71 Bucks, that was Lou Alcindor. Then the next year, the Lakers 71-72 with Wilt. Lakers got Wilt. Yeah. And then the Bulls 95-96. So those were the ones that were 12. We were 12-9, 12-3, 12-3, 12-2. The Warriors 16-17 were 11-6. And the Celtics were 11-3. And they did that last year. And they brought in him. Jerry Krause.
Jerry Krause.
Yeah. By the way, thank you, Alex. I'm glad we got some good people in the chat that know some stuff because we got some history guys in here.
Yes. Well, I mean, nothing against his knowledge. I'm sure he knew it, but Google knows a lot too.
Yeah. But anyway, that's where we're sitting. Like I tell people, that was the Celtics, and that's what they did. And now we're sitting here doing the same thing. We're sitting here, and every team has won the title.
Here's the thing, man. I'm excited, but I don't want to get overexcited, if that makes any sense. Like, I know we've got the tools and we have a great chance, but I'm cautiously optimistic if that's
right. My
fair.
thing is this, Nathan. I've said this. I said this every time. My thing is this: if I'm wrong about Daigneault, we win. If I'm right about him, we lose. That's it.
I hope and pray
I'm wrong.
We are both wrong.
Agreed.
Yeah,
that's what I've said. If I'm right about him,
one thing, I don't think the commander is going to care. But if there's a parade in Oklahoma City, you won't see me at the bank that day.
There won't be a parade. It will be it'll just do it at whatchamacallit, Scissortail.
Well, whatever they do, I won't be there that day. So
it was like this. Hotspot says, I still remember that game one of that 95 blowout year. He was a Bulls fan. And he goes, and Alex R goes, I hear you, Nate, but numbers don't lie. They don't lie.
I mean, I am the pessimist till
yes,
I
you
see
are.
the result. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. But Nathan.
And I just, nope, I'm not, because the problem is I'll get too high and then it'll be a dramatic, I'll be in depression for like 2 days.
Yeah. Hotspot says, we will win in spite of Daigneault. We're just too talented, and these players are determined. Yes, I believe this is my thing. Last year, we were better than the Mavericks. And we got outcoached.
Oh, for sure.
We got outcoached 100%. And we were young, and we couldn't overcome. Okay?
Well, here's the thing, dude. I'll be honest. Last year, I wasn't worried about the Mavericks.
I thought I was worried.
We get there, and
I was worried.
Like I wasn't worried because I was like, we got a better team, and then
I was worried.
Kid's not that great of a coach.
No, I was worried.
Of course, then Daigneault shows his stripes. Like, okay,
in Game 5, in Game 4,
Sorry, I was wrong. Yeah.
And then now Alex R says no team that is this dominant doesn't lose the title. The difference is you go back and you look at their coaches. Go look back and look at the coaches, Alex R. That's the difference. If like I've said before, it's really simple. If Daigneault coaches like he did during the season, going, well, we won the season. We're gonna maintain what we do. We're going to get beat. This is the playoffs. It's one game.
If we do win a title, will Daigneault be the worst coach in NBA history to win a title?
Well, my thing is this: we'll win in spite of him, not because of. Just like Hotspot said.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me see.
For sure.
Hotspot says we were way better than the Mavs. I feel like we put Chet in the game at the right times. We would have beat the Mavericks. The thing is this. I believe this one simple thing. You changed your lineup in Game 5. We changed the lineup in Game 5.
Yeah.
That hurt us. This year we did the exact same
not,
thing. We did the same thing this year. We changed the lineup against the
dude.
Milwaukee Bucks in the Cup Finals.
Do you remember but how much? I mean, again, I love the guy. I think he was exactly what the city needed at the time. But I mean, how much of an upgrade is whoever we're playing instead of Josh Giddey? I mean,
well,
Josh,
what happened with that is Josh lifted us up when we first got Josh. Because, as I've said many times,
he did.
The connection between him and SJ, which happened about the middle of the year 4 years ago, that connection that they had, all of a sudden we went from being whatever to SGA scoring. Then teams are like, oh, crap, we got to double team SGA. And then we would hit Josh, and Josh would just make them pay. Then the second year you come back, you add J-Dub. Chet doesn't play, but you add J-Dub. And they were trying the same thing, and Josh was just killing them. And we went from 17 wins to 4. We were picked at 9. I think we went from 20 wins to 40 or whatever it was. But like I told everybody, we were only supposed to win 23 games. I said we would win 40. Everybody told me I was crazy. And we won 40. Then last year I picked 53, 52, whatever, something like that. And we won 57. This year we both picked, 57, 56?
50, I think we picked 57.
Like the maximum I think we both had was 60. Something I said if it's outrageous, 61, which we were both way out of it. The Magic are up on the Celtics by 3.
Nobody thought they would be this good, man.
No.
I mean,
by the way, the Magic are up by 3 on the Celtics. What quarter is that, Burgess?
Oh gosh.
What quarter is that? Hotspot said he did the same thing this game. His first substitution was Isaiah Joe, and thank God we prevailed. Hotspot said we predicted 69 games, but we won 68. I didn't think we'd get anywhere near that. I didn't think we'd get anywhere near that.
Here. I predicted 69 like with 10 games to go.
Yeah, I thought we'd win. I thought we'd win. I thought we'd win 68.
Who's your first guy off the bench? If you're coaching?
Me, depends on who we're playing. My first guy depends on who we're playing would probably be Kaysen. The reason why he puts this is the reason why he does that. He takes J-Dub out of the game. Okay? And he replaces him with Isaiah Joe. And then what ends up happening is halftime. Oh, thank you, Burgess. The Magic are up by 3 at halftime. But this is what happens. He puts Isaiah Joe in there so Isaiah Joe can hopefully get hot. Because today he played really good defense, I thought, against John Morant. But anyway,
that's good.
That's his first guy off the bench. So then you have SGA, Isaiah Joe, Chet, Kaysen, and Dort. That's who you have in there. Okay. And then you take Dort out, and you have SGA.
Lineup?
Huh?
Who was the starting lineup tonight?
SGA, J-Dub. We did the big boys. I-Heart and Chet.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we were up 17-13 when J-Dub went out. And at the end of the game, we had it was 16-13. And you took Dort out and you put Caruso. So you had SGA, Isaiah Joe, Kaysen, Caruso, and Chet. And when you brought J-Dub, we were up by 6. And when you brought J-Dub, J. Will in the game for Chet, we were up 9, and we finished up 12. And then he started the second quarter with J-Dub, Kaysen, Caruso, Wiggins, and I-Heart, and went on a 23-2 run.
That is a lineup now. Wow.
But you understand, though, that lineup is not going to work against the Houston Rockets.
No, it's not going to work.
That lineup is not going to work against the Timberwolves. You see what I'm saying? That lineup is not going to work that he played in the second quarter. Now, it depends on who you're playing. You got to have a ball handler who can handle the ball because you have 5 ball handlers. You got defensive guys. You got guys who can't handle the ball. You're in trouble. You're not getting your sets.
You think he'll play AJ more in a series like that?
Ooh, Banchero has 19, and Tatum and Brown have a combined 12 points. I just don't see the Celtics. If Jaylen Brown is hurt as bad as we think, the Celtics are not going to make it.
No.
They're not going to
Cavs
make
will beat
it.
'em.
If Jaylen Brown is hurt, they're not going to make it. And that leaves room for
Hey,
the Cavaliers.
Please. Because I would rather play the Cavs than the Celtics, I'm telling you right now.
I'd rather play. I don't, to me, I don't give a shit which one we play. I really don't.
The Celtics scare me. I don't care.
Well, we're 2-0. We're 2-0. We're 2-0 against the Celtics, and we kicked their butts both times. Games hadn't been close.
Yeah, but that was regular season.
Nathan, I understand, but I'm just saying is because of our defense and what they do and what we do, we're a perfect matchup for them.
I agree with you.
Okay,
could we not run over the Cavs, man?
The Cavs. There's two different. Okay, here's my thing. This is my thing. The Cavaliers bring a different dynamic with us because what they did is they improved their perimeter defense to match us defensively. That's what they did. They have the two bigs, which matches our two bigs. The reason why we beat them here is because Dort, Wiggins, and Joe went off knocking down threes, and SJ too. So it was over. It was over.
Yeah, but we should have won the game there.
Remember, Nathan, we were bitching and we were pissed because of his lineups and what he was doing. Remember? We were livid about his lineups and what he was doing. He cost us that game. And even the commander was livid. Commander, we went to the next Thunder game. He was still mad about. I was like, bro, that was 3 days ago. He was still mad. He was still mad.
Well, wasn't that the only Eastern Conference
only loss?
We
were 29-1. Yes.
Yeah, good job, Dagnall.
It's still the best record in history. So,
wouldn't it have been cool to be 30-0? Because nobody could ever beat that.
No, nobody can beat what it is now. The closest one to us had 3 losses.
I'm just telling you, man.
I just don't.
Nobody can beat it.
29-1, nobody's beating that. Nobody's beating that, bro. Nobody's beating that. Let me see. Alex says Wiggins battled with the bigger matchups today. This is a scrub team. He's against the scrubs, so I don't count this. Hotspot says he'd rather play the Celtics because we have less games to play, and the Cavs could easily go 7. My thing is this: the Celtics shoot threes. No, Chet didn't get hurt that game. Good. No, Chet didn't get hurt that game. He got hurt. He got hurt the Cavaliers game, right? There. I think you're right, Hotspot. I think he got hurt that game I think he got hurt there, Nathan. I think he got hurt at Cleveland. Because J-Dub got hurt. J-Dub got hurt. Well, J-Dub got hurt against the Celtics.
Yeah, J-Dub didn't play that game though, did he?
Yeah.
The Cavs game?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
He just wasn't. He was non-factor, but yeah, he played. The Celtics game is the game J-Dub got hurt, and I think Chet got hurt because that's when Kaysen emerged from that game on. Because remember we went there in Detroit, Kaysen just went on a run, and we quite frankly
right. He had that dagger 3 in that game. I remember that.
Yep. And the whole thing is that we didn't miss J-Dub at all. We didn't miss him at all. But that being said, we're not going to win the chip without J-Dub. That's stupid for anybody to think you're not going to win without him. That's idiotic. You're not. We have to have
the third best player. You got to have him.
And this is my thing. Everybody forgets we've only played what is it, Nathan? I think we are like 17-2 or no. I think we're 17 or 18-2 with Chet and Iheart playing together. It's something ridiculous when those two are playing together. We're 17, 18-2, 19-2, something like that.
You couldn't have asked for a better fit. I mean, there's no better fit you could have put in there.
But you and I talked about that last year. Remember when we traded for what's his name? And you and I said he's doing that to go get a big guy. And you and I both, we talked about it all offseason. We wanted Iheart. You and I talked about that. You were saying, and that was your point. He's the best fit for the Thunder. He's big. He doesn't need the ball. He's a rebounder. He'll sure. Yep. And remember this, Nathan. Everybody forgets this.
He's showing me some stuff that I didn't know he could do either.
Yeah.
Who knew he could jump that high? I mean,
and that floater's nice. His floater's nice. And by the way, isn't it nice when you get people who can tell you the truth of what shots are? Isn't that so nice?
Oh, yeah.
It's so nice. Kind of push shot. No, they're like, now every now and then the one announcer will call it a push shot. And then what?
Yeah, but he wasn't a player.
Well, he wasn't a player. And
he's that guy that wasn't a player.
Now, I will say this. I have a problem with our color commentary guy. By the way, one of the best shooters of all time.
I didn't. Who was it? Who was it?
My mind just went blank. Shooter, they can shoot.
Reggie Miller. Reggie
Uh,
Miller.
oh my God, I'm looking at his
Reggie
face
Miller?
right now. White guy. Oh my God.
Oh, JJ. Oh, JJ
Uh,
Redick.
oh my God, one of the best shooters in history, 3-point shooter. He could shoot it. He came in the game, you knew. Oh my
Was it
God.
Kyle Corbin? Kyle Corbin?
Uh, oh
You
my
talking about the
God.
announcer? Or you talking about their players?
The color commentary guy for the ESPN.
Uh,
Oh my God, what is his
the
name?
white dude? Is it a white dude?
I'll think of one. I'm not trying to. Anyway, yeah, Legler.
Oh, yeah, Tim Legler. Not Tim Legler. Was it Tim Legler?
No,
Is that his name?
no, I don't think that's right. Anyway, you get me off track.
Anthony?
You get me
I
off
don't
track. You can stop. You get me off track. Just look it up. You can look it up there. Anyway,
Okay.
my thing with him is he's Tim Legler. You're right, Tim Legler. My thing was
Yeah,
this.
that's right.
He said on this podcast that he felt that SGA was going to win it, but he voted for Jokic.
What? You voted for Jokic? Oh, my God.
And I think this is my thing. I think a lot of people are just doing the same thing he said. They're saying, "Oh, SGA's going to win it," but I still think Jokic should. I'm gonna vote for Jokic. I think a lot of people are having that attitude. And my thing is this: last
I'm
year,
tell you what, if he loses this,
yeah, but Nathan,
my
last
God.
year, the same reason you're giving votes for him are the reasons you did not give them to Doncic last year, who averaged 30, whatever, 9, 8, and 9, or something stupid, and his team finished fifth. Yeah. You're giving him, you're giving him what you didn't give him. And as I said many times before, Jokic's first MVP should have went to Giannis playing the three, winning 3 in a row. So he didn't win it. This next year that he won it, which has been his second year,
Embiid.
that one should have went to Embiid. The next year for him winning 3 in a row, they gave that to Embiid. No. He deserved that one. Embiid didn't deserve that one. He deserved that one the year before Embiid should have got. Then the next year that he won his second year in a row, the second one, right? He's won it 2 years in a row, right? No.
Yes, he has.
No, that's this. No, because that year, the second year, when he gave it to Embiid, then the next year, which was last year, that's when SGA should have won it.
Yeah, that's right.
SGA should have won it, but he did not play against the Celtics. He did not play against the Pacers, and he did not play against the 76ers. If he played against those 3 games, because remember, he had New York, and then the 76ers, then the Celtics, then the Pacers. All were on national TV.
Pacers.
He beat the Knicks on the last second shot, and then was hurt. Remember, didn't play the rest of those other 3. Had he got those national TV games, I believe the race would have been closer. And like Stephen A. Smith said, he voted for SGA last year. A lot of players voted for SGA last year. Now, what I'm going to disagree with you, Jokic is the best player in the league. He is.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna even say he is the best player in the league. And defensively, steal wise, he's gonna be the first guy ever to do it. And you're throwing out all these numbers to me, same crap that Westbrook won it because of numbers. The hell with all that. SGA got this, and this. I can do the same thing with him.
Give me the eye test, man.
And I'm saying this, and I will say this on top of that. We were the number 1 seed back to back, and we beat them 3 out of 4 times. We beat them 3 out of 4 times.
Let me throw out some.
Go ahead.
I'll finish. No, finish up, and then I'm
okay.
Throw out some stats.
We beat them 3 out of 4 times, and we were ahead of them by 18 games. So you're going to give an MVP award to a guy who beat you 3 out of 4 times, smoked y'all 3 out of 4 times. You had 1 good game against the Thunder. He had 3 against you. Then you're going to turn around and you're 18 games back, and you're going to give it to him. What are you looking at? They were fit. They were fourth. They were the 4th seed. They were number 1 by 18 games. Wasn't even close. He had 15 games. He didn't even play the 4th quarter. And you're giving it to you. I'm sorry. Anyway, go ahead, Nathan.
Hey, here's the thing. So, okay, so, if they want to throw out stats, I can start throwing out one. It just trumps everything. Okay. averages a triple-double, which is what they're hanging their hat on, right? Averages a triple-double.
Yeah.
Okay, the two guys to do that, Russell Westbrook and Oscar Robertson. Oscar Robertson was a great player. Russell Westbrook is a good player. SGA, averaged 30, 50% shooting, 2 steals. 3 years in a row now, right?
Yeah.
3 years in a row, something like that. The only other people to do that. Steph Curry once, Michael Jordan 6 times.
Yes.
That's all you need to say right there.
And this will be SJ's second or third, isn't it? The second?
Yeah, so who's better company? Michael Jordan and Steph Curry, or Russell Westbrook and Oscar Robertson?
Right.
I mean, Robertson's pretty good company, but Michael Jordan is transcendent, dude.
Well, but I'm gonna say this: the reason why Russell won it, and not one person said he was the best player in the league, because he did something nobody had done in 40 years or whatever, some stupid number. That is why he won it, and he led the league in scoring. Remember, he led the league in scoring,
yes,
and he led the league in scoring, and he averaged a triple double. That's why he won it. Because it had never been done.
Yep.
Now, one person said he was the best player. Okay?
No.
So no one's going to say that. Now, if you do the same thing like with SGA, clearly Jokic is the best player in the league. I'm not even going to discuss that. But for what we do and what they did head-to-head, SGA busted his ass. Especially in that first game when remember we played back-to-back and they went at it? Mm-hmm. Jokic blocks SGA's shot. Mm-hmm. SGA comes back and blocks or Jokic's shot. SGA goes for 30 and just completely dominates them. Completely. Then the next game, when it didn't matter, they came back and dominated us. But when it came to it, nationally televised on a Sunday, SGA busted his ass. And I was at the game. I'm sitting there watching. There was no question about what was happening. Okay? There was no debate. So I'm sorry with Tim Legler and these guys. I'm like, y'all want to give it to Jokic? Stop it.
Well, it's like people that don't vote. Like baseball is the biggest hypocritical Hall of Fame vote I've ever seen in my life. How they don't vote certain players unanimous Hall of Famers is just stupid to me. Like, oh well, we don't want to vote him because we don't want him to be unanimous.
Right.
It's stupid.
Well, it's like this: the push shot. They said that said, I wonder if he always called it a push shot. He calls it a push shot because they call it a push shot on the Thunder broadcast.
Yes, Michael Cage, the wonderful knowledge.
Him and those guys. So if you don't hear Reggie Miller, Hall of Famer, he don't call it a push shot. He calls it a floater. You go Greg Anthony. You go down the list of anybody who played. They will tell you what that shot is. iHeart has just developed.
The guy from UCLA, and he played
Reggie Miller. So I just said.
No, the big tall white dude. What's his name? Like back in the 70s. What was his name?
You talking about Bill Walton?
Bill Walton, yes. You'll never hear him call it a push shot. I
no,
guarantee
it's a floater. But what I'm saying is they're saying iHeart did that. Well, iHeart don't know he's scoring more points now than he ever has in his life. He has no clue what the hell he's doing. That's what they call it. It's a floater. It's what it is. He's not pushing the ball. If you're going to push the ball, that's pushing the ball. He goes, boop, and lets it go here. That is a floater. That is not a push shot. Pushing shot goes here. He goes straight up and lets it go. You ain't pushing the ball. You're letting it go. It's a floater. That's all it is. You're letting it float through the air. It's just idiotic to me. Yeah, what I'm saying is, listen. Okay, Hotspot says Cage calls it that because they're using their palms and not their fingers. Correct. That's why it's called a floater. When you use your palm to push it up, what they're saying is to push it up. That's not what you're doing. What you're doing is you're keeping it and you're opening your hand because you don't want spin on the ball. And if he was a scorer of any kind of magnitude, he would know that's the reason why it's called a floater. The ball floats in the air and you leave your hand open so that there's no rotation on the ball. Versus doing this, there's spin. The less rotation, the more times the ball can hit the basket and hit the backboard and go in. If you put a spin on the ball, you're going to be one and done. So that's the difference on why it is.
They put spin on a tear. Do you put spin on a teardrop or not?
Yes. Because with a teardrop, you're going up and you're doing this and you're having to spin the ball to put it over the top. because you're doing this, Nathan. You're coming up and you're doing this because you're floating the ball over the top. And teardrops are either in or teardrops are either in or not. Floaters will hit the rim a little bit, but with teardrops, like SGA shot a teardrop today off the backboard. They're either going in or they're not. They're not. There's not a lot of if the palm is open, it's a floater. If you do this, it's a teardrop. That's the difference.
Okay,
That's as easy. That's the easiest way I can explain it because that's what I teach. That's the way I do it. I had a left hand floater and I had a right hand floater. I had both. I had a left hand teardrop, a right hand teardrop. I had both. I had a left hand finger roll, a right hand finger roll. No matter what I'm doing, I'm going to the back. So when you look at SGA, he has all the weapons: left hand, right hand, floaters, teardrop. He has it all. Depending on what the situation is, you have to have that move to finish at the basket. Now the commander, of course, he would just dunk the ball. Excuse me.
You just dunk it over you, right? You just dunk it over you.
Okay. When it's goaltending as well, whatever. Anyway, I ain't gonna say.
Hey,
that.
Matt, I'm sorry, Matt. I got to jump off. But
Yeah, me too. Because I got to
talk to you on the next show.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do that on Tuesday. And everybody else, thank you for coming on, and I appreciate that, guys. Hope we can pass a little knowledge on to you. And Tuesday night, I'm torn, Nathan, between having another beatdown or having a close game.
I want a close game win. That's what I want.
Well, I mean, double digits, 12 points. 12 points.
Yeah, teaches you more, though.
Yeah.
Teaches you more.
Yeah, yes. Teardrop is made to go up over the big man. That's correct, to make the big man cry. Yes, it is. All right, everybody. Hey, have a good one. Let's go back and watch the second half of the Celtics game, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on the Unpopular Hour.